Hey, good morning. It's Dr. James. I do hope and pray this message finds you and your loved ones peaceful, thriving, and well. And I have a beautiful knowing in my heart that you are going to love this message. But I also have a beautiful knowing in my heart that you need to be reminded every now and then, as I do, of how good you are. How good you are. You know, the word came up this morning during my meditation and it kept on kind of rolling through me. And I just was like, oh my gosh, this is this morning's message. It's about resilience. And what it basically means to be resilient these days, given especially this past year, the ability to react to a crisis, whether it's an emotional, physical, spiritual crisis, which there's no question this past year has been all of those. React and then learn from it, move through it with effectiveness and efficiency, with a level of ease and grace that you know what you are capable of. Think about that. With ease and grace, knowing what you are capable of. Just look back at this past year and all the things that you have learned, all the ways that you have grown, all the ways that you have bounced back. You know, in the Stoic philosophy, they have a word called equanimity. And that word was something that came up for me 37 years ago, my first trip to Nepal and to India. And as I was working my way through northern India into Dharamsala, where His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, lives, he was teaching a practice that day, in particular on equanimity, which is the ability to lose your center or be knocked off your game or completely lose your highest self. Equanimity means you recognize it, and then you effectively, with efficiency and ease and grace, can find yourself back into balance. Love yourself back into balance. What's so amazing about this practice with equanimity and resilience, there are two practices that you can kind of bring into your life starting today, or reminding yourself like, oh my gosh, this is what I already do. I'm already bringing this into my life, but I just want to bring a level of conscious connection to it so I can feel that much more confident in myself, have that much more faith in myself. The two practices, the first one is simply just exercise. What we know, when the heart has a stressful experience, whether it be an emotional, physical, spiritual crisis that comes our way, our heart rate picks up and it sends out a lot of different hormones and compounds trying to figure out how to fight or take flight. And once we know that we have got what it takes, once we know that we can navigate, the heart's ability to kind of pull itself back into center, regain its cadence, and move us forward is such a beautiful part of this whole idea of resilience and equanimity. And we know that with high intensity interval training, that's one of the most powerful ways to help us to get there. It helps us to train our heart. Isn't that beautiful, metaphorically and physiologically, to find our way back to center? And the second one is meditation, mindfulness, simply working on the idea that when you are in your present space, things are going to happen, but your ability not to leave yourself, your ability not to bail on your heart's knowing is equanimity being lived. You know, every single moment of your life, you are doing amazing, incredibly powerful, deeply spiritual practices that help you be resilient, that help you augment your equanimity. And for me this morning, as I was thinking about you and what I want to remind you of, you know your way home. That's basically what equanimity is all about. The Dalai Lama said, it's your ability to recognize that you do know your way home, your way back to your heart, your way back to your truth, your way back to your center. And when we stay with ourselves as we navigate this life, and we don't leave our higher self, we train our mind, our body, our heart, our soul, our spirit to always know that we do know. We know the way home. So here's to resilience, here's to equanimity, and here's to you living and loving as you navigate and create a life that you love. Thank you for being who you are. The world sees you, I see you, and we love you. Bye for now.